welcome back to my channel. So for those who've been following me for a while, know that I grew up as a gymnast and that exercise is kind of my bread and butter, or why I started being the Healthy Fit Fab Mom, I guess, that I am today. So with all of that said, and without going too much more into it right now, although I will in future videos, I really want to get back to the exercise and the basics of why I created Healthy Fit Fab Moms in the first place. Yes, I do have my master's in holistic nutrition, and that's kind of what brought me back to Healthy Fit Fab Moms and why I started it. But I really love fitness. It is such an important piece of my everyday. I feel better just with the endorphins, and just overall, it just helps get my day off on the right foot. So with all of that said, I am going to start incorporating more of these workout videos into my accounts, just so you guys can see what it's like to work out when you have a big family, when you have multiple kids, whether you're pregnant or you have a baby, all of it. It's still important to be in shape and to feel your best. So without further ado, I am going to get into my first abs exercise, and then just follow along, do what you can. I'm gonna show modifications, so no matter where you are in your fitness journey, if you're just starting out or if you really need to feel that burn, then there'll be something there for you as well. Due to the time constraint of Canon eating behind us, I'm gonna just go through everything one time. So I'm going to do 15 of each exercise, but I would say you probably wanna do about 3 sets or so, or you can just tack it all on and do about 45 altogether, which will give you an even more intense burn. So do whatever you like, follow along. Again, whatever makes you feel the burn is the right way to go. During this first set of exercises, you really want to make sure to keep your core engaged, your feet flexed, and your legs nice and strong and tight. Lift up with your chin, keeping your elbows out wide. You never want to pull up your head with your hands. You just want them to help support your neck a little bit. You also want to make sure you exhale every time you lift up. So that means breathing out through your mouth and then inhaling through your nose as you lower back down. These should be done at a steady pace. No need to rush through them. Now we start to pulse. You can feel your abs engage nice and tight, remembering to breathe. When you hear the 5-second heartbeat sound, the next exercise is about to begin. Here we are doing roll-ups. To start off, I am keeping my legs straight and strong, flat on the ground. This is the harder version. Again, you want to lift up with your chin and sit up all the way straight before gently rolling back down. Here, I'm showing you a little bit easier version. Your knees are bent, heels pressing into the floor. If this is still too hard, you can also grab the back of your legs to help you sit up. And then again, I'm going back to the straight legs. So feel free to switch between the different ones or just stick with the easier one throughout. This is a process. So as you get stronger, you will be able to advance in your movements. For this next set of exercises, we're going to keep our foot off the floor, just hovering above as we straighten the leg and then bring our body back down. Again, make sure you exhale as you lift up, inhale as you go down. The foot is flexed. Your arms can be straight by your head, or they can gently help support your neck if your neck is a bit sore. If you're feeling that soreness, a lot of times it's because your abs are weak, so stick with the exercises and over time, you will get stronger. And now we pulse. Again, pull that belly button in toward your spine, chin is lifted, elbows out wide. Just 15 of these here, and then we're gonna switch legs and do it all on the other side. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Remember to keep that foot hovering. And if you can't lift your body up all the way, that's perfectly fine. Just do what you can, remembering to keep your stomach as tight as possible throughout the entire movement. And now we pulse. Now give your body a quick stretch before moving on to the next exercise. So you want to make sure that your knees are stacked directly above your hips and your feet are hovering over the ground at about a 90-degree angle or so, maybe a little bit higher. Your abs are engaged nice and tight. Here we're lowering our foot one at a time with the strength of our abdominals. Keep your legs out of this as much as possible. Your toes can either tap the floor or hover above. Just make sure that your lower back is pressed firmly against the mat. Here I'm keeping my head down and my hands just lightly resting behind my head, but you can also lift up your chin and hold that steady as you lower your legs. Just remember to keep your belly button in toward your spine as much as possible. It's actually a little bit harder to keep your head down here if your stomach is pulled in tight as opposed to lifting your head. So just keep that in mind as you move through these exercises. Now we're twisting from side to side, working more into the obliques. Exhale each time you twist, bringing your knee towards the opposite elbow. The body works in unison here, going side to side. You don't have to straighten your leg all the way if you don't want to or if it's too tough. Just a little twist and you'll feel the burn. Finishing the set, I gently rock up, rolling my shoulders back and stretching out my neck a little bit because my neck and shoulders do get sore as I go through the ab exercises. Here, I'm holding my abs in nice and tight, balancing on my tailbone, gently lowering one foot down towards the floor, just like we were doing in the other exercise. As always, make sure your abs are pulled in nice and tight. For a little more balance, you can put your fingertips on the floor, or to make it a bit harder, you can lift your arms up as I am right here. Your toes do not have to touch the floor, but again, just go to your ability. My shins are balancing up parallel to the floor. I gently touch one toe at a time. If that's a bit tough, you don't have to touch your toes. Just remember, over time, you will get stronger. So there you have it, and that's the workout. I just went through all of the exercises one time, so one set. I did 15 each. You could do it 2 to 3 times just to get that extra burn. As you can see, my little guy finishes food, but this is mom life, right? This is what you do when you have kids. You try to sneak a workout in, you try to eat that healthy meal, you have a kid yelling at you so you don't get to complete it. But with this, you can just build over time. Just do one set now, one set in a half hour, an hour, when the little ones go to bed. It all adds up, and that's how we get stronger, and that's how we do mom life. Thanks again for watching and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. Follow along for more great exercises and ways to sneak it in to be a healthy, fit, fab mom. Now don't forget to do a quick stretch from side to side, stretching those obliques and your abdominals. They worked hard, and the only way that you're gonna see the muscles and be able to feel your best is to stretch them out when you're done. Another quick aspect of strengthening your abs I do want to mention is your neck. I know I mentioned it a couple times during the exercises, but your neck can become sore from ab exercises, especially if your abs are a little bit weak. So make sure to stretch out your shoulders and your neck when working out. And here I'm using a nice CBD cream that just helps relax my muscles and helps me get ready for the next day. You don't want to have a headache after working out your abs, which can happen, because then you just won't want to do any more of them, and eventually your abs will show for it.